Click.
All right.
So we're recording now.
Yes, we are. We are recording.
Okay, it's working. Yay!
Hey, everybody.
This is Dynamic Duo meeting with Comic Uno.
So does that make us Dynamic Trio?
Or comic Trio? I don't know.
Comic Trio works. I actually was
there we go.
previously for the Comic Duo with Comic Duo.
All right.
So Comic Trio works.
All right. So,
I guess, so today we're there with Comic Uno, and we're going to talk about recommendations for, different books about, like, Spider-Girl and stuff.
okay. So who's going to start this?
Yeah. So what
Alright.
books do you guys recommend for new readers to read?
Well, which books do you
So are we
recommend?
recommending Spider-Girl books, or are we recommending like books in general?
I think books in general might be an interesting one.
Which books do I recommend?
Yeah.
I think we should definitely do that. New readers, you think, or do you think just in general, if you're an older reader, or like if a new reader wants to get into comic books?
I think it would be interesting to give, like, new readers something, but also, like, recommending maybe newer books for older readers.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Oh, that's perfect. So what are you guys all reading right now?
Jeez.
Right now, out of the newer books, we've been reading Teen Titans, Justice League, Superior Spider-Man, and, Batman,
Batgirl,
Batman and Robin. I feel like I'm forgetting a bunch.
Batwoman.
Yeah, we started Batwoman, and we've been kind of reading Green Lantern off and on. That kind of thing.
and many more.
Lately we've been reading more older stuff.
Yeah, that's just from the top of your head. Yeah, just because
Yeah.
of how long have you been reading as comic books?
Oh man, I've been reading for a while, like, for a long time, because my grandma was reading them to me, and then I got into them, and I was hooked, so, I remember, I don't exactly know how you got into it, but that's how I got into it.
I started officially reading comics almost a year ago.
Okay, yeah, that's cool to see the different aspects that someone that's read comics for a really long time and then someone new, just started probably with the New 52 and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been reading for?
I've been reading comic books since I was a kid, but really, really like reviewing and doing that, I've been doing it for about 3 years now. But
wow.
I've read comics forever though, so.
Okay, so I guess from a new comic book reader's standpoint, what comics would you recommend down to someone like me or someone who's like just literally wants, like, hey, I want to start reading comics? I don't know how that happens, but
It does. I think especially with the movies and everything, it definitely does happen. It's like, oh, comic books seem cool. Let me read it.
Yeah.
I think I always say it depends on the character that you like, and then you expand from there. So, like, who's your favorite character right now, or someone you wanted to get interested in when you read comic books?
well, my first one I got interested in was Wonder Woman, but I was also interested in Spider-Man like forever ago and Batman, so.
And Spider-Girl is perfect.
Exactly.
But Spider-Girl is definitely something I always recommend, because I think with Spider-Girl you're getting kind of, a female superhero perspective, and also you're getting that Spider-Man character that you always wanted. So it's just always a great combination. I think a variety of people would really be interested in that character. I always recommend the New 52. Marvel Now is probably a little more confusing to get into, but I think I always recommend the New 52, and then you just go from there and see what you like. That's my opinion, though.
Yeah, it seems like for new comic book readers, you just kind of gotta go, here's a comic that you might like, just get started, and then good luck, you're on your own.
I mean, that's why I like these type of videos because it really does feel like you're on your own and you don't know where to start. There's so much background story, and they're so different from the movies and television shows because those are totally different universes. So yeah, that's why I like these type of videos, trying to recommend people. But again, I think New 52, if you start from there, it's not that confusing. And then watch reviews, and if you see that person saying this is a good jumping off point, usually it's a good jumping on point for new readers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yay for jump on points.
See, the thing with starting comic books is if you have friends like me, they're just like, read it now, and I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. So
It's like, okay, I'll read it.
Don't hurt me.
the little nerd mafia. But
So you
Read
come
this
to me.
comic.
So you come to me looking for comics to read.
And I recommend Hawkeye.
you know, actually, I wonder, is Hawkeye really that good of a book? Because I have a friend that's a diehard Green Arrow, and he's like, I won't read Hawkeye, no way, no how. And he'll probably see this video and be like, you ratted me out.
It's really.
Something's happening.
No, I think it's really good Hawkeye, in my opinion. I never really liked Clinton Bishop fan, so I think it's really good if you like a simple story, and that's really good for new readers. If you want to get into a character, and you've never read a comic book in your life, I recommend for that title.
Oh, okay.
I never would have thought that. I haven't heard anything very positive about Hawkeye from anyone except you, so I'm gonna take your word for it.
That is so weird because all my friends on, for comic books, they all love Hawkeye, except one person that doesn't like Hawkeye, but really, it's been getting a lot of positive reviews.
Really? Well, because it's like all these people are like, ew, Hawkeye, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Just,
Well, I mean, yeah, it could be different people's taste. It depends, but I recommend it. I think it's a really good series, and if you want something simple, it's a very good series.
Now,
Is there any other simple series that you guys read that you think new readers would be able to read?
comics that new readers would be able to read, usually it's, I think like the bigger comics, like DC, out of like DC, it's easy to jump into like Superman, I think, or
Yeah.
Wonder Woman right now is not a good time,
I don't think so.
but I think, and then Green Lantern is like perfect right now because
Yeah.
they just started like this new story arc.
Yeah, I'll be back in a second.
Oh, okay. So, I know that, I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
No, I was just asking what else were you thinking of. It seems like it's a little lagged off the video feed.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
It seems, hang on. It seems that other comics that are good to like kind of start with right now would be like, I do not recommend jumping into Superior Spider-Man right now.
Not at all.
That is not a good jump on point.
I knew that was gonna happen too.
I wouldn't recommend it either. That's a horrible jumping on point. I always say the best jumping on point for Dan Slott is Spider Island. I always thought that was a very good jumping on point. If you ever read that story arc from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't, so I have no idea. But
Looks like I'm gonna have to get you into that one.
Very good.
Also, it seems to me that like jumping into like X-Men isn't an easy task
No, it
either.
doesn't seem
No,
like it.
not at all.
No.
I recommend going to Schism, I would say. Read Schism and then go on from there. Because then it'll be a little bit more understandable, but right now it's going like crazy. There's so much going on there.
I've missed a few books actually, so I don't know what's going on.
I'm trying to think of other good jump on points, but
I know this sounds weird, but would Trinity War be a good jump on point or no?
I don't know.
Because I mean, if you kind of not like jump right into it, but I mean, if you got the books before it, would it be good?
I think if you're reading Justice League and that's it, you could definitely jump in. It's just
Okay.
like if you have to be reading Justice League to kind of understand what's going on. But if you're an old comic book reader from like way back and you want to start reading again, I think Trinity War would be a good jumping off point.
Yeah, like,
If you know the
So-
characters.
so like, for like you said, for older comic readers, what would you recommend, like, as like a new jump on thing, like point thing, or like a new comic? I'm sorry.
Okay. I would say go simple. Hawkeye is very simple. I would say that. Daredevil, very simple. And again, depending on which characters you liked in the past, you might really like Animal Man, and that's another pretty simple title to read. What else is simple? Justice League, not so much. I don't know, that's the only ones I can really think of at the top of my head. I would go solo series first and then go to the teen books.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I wouldn't recommend like Avengers for even old, not even people who used to read the Avengers should pick up
No
the
way.
Avengers now.
You're
Yeah.
confused with my uncle, and
Not
he's been
at all.
reading them for years.
It's like Avengers, even for like, I don't recommend that title for anybody just because I don't like Avengers.
Yeah. Or else
They do in the comic books, and it has nothing to do with the movie at all or anything familiar. It's crazy.
Yeah. It also just seems like anyone can get into the Avengers, so then you have to deal with this
Yeah.
massive group of people all in one comic book.
What was there's one
I'm an
book-
Avenger.
There's one book I've been kind of confused about is like events. Like event comics are, I believe, terrible places to jump on. I believe sometimes.
I think
Like I would never recommend Age of Ultron to someone that doesn't know what's going
Depending on
on.
which event, if they're older.
Yeah.
Not at all. I don't have an Age of Ultron, like, at all, but...
Like,
Oh
what
my
was it? Like, I remember, I guess this is just me and my storytellingness, but I remember, like, we were reading this one book on my tablet, and you're like, there's Ultron. I'm like, no, that can't be possible. So, yeah, I don't know if Age of Ultron's a good way to start, but I do know somebody that did start off on it. So,
now the question is, are they still into it?
yeah, and that new universe really, I believe that they're doing is he's kind of gotten into, I guess. I'm confused on it, but who knows?
Wow. Anyway.
Good luck to them. Good luck to them. But at least they got into comic books.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Is there any old comic books you would recommend, though, or just no?
like in general.
I don't know. I mean, again, it depends on what they like, you know? It always depends on the character, but I always recommend Spider-Girl. Other than that, like, there's good series out there, and if you like this character, I would be like, alright, go to Teen Titans Jeff John series. It really depends. It's hard to recommend those types of things, you know?
Well, that caught my attention.
Yeah,
You
he
said
did
Jeff
Teen
Johns and Teen Titans, but I'm like,
and
what?
Young Justice.
Oh yeah, Jeff Johns did really well.
He did do Teen Titans.
Whoa. What hasn't he worked
I
on?
think he
I want to
really
know
good.
that now. We need like a little list to say what he didn't do. So,
It's a really good series.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Did he just like?
He even worked on Marvel stuff for a little while, so he's worked on everything.
You're blowing our minds here.
Oh my god.
So, I wonder, would you
Just
recommend?
read anything Jeff Johns, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, Olivia, what
Yeah, I
do
was just gonna ask that. What would you guys recommend?
would you recommend any old ones?
It's like for new readers.
I mean, old.
For
Like old ones, but for new readers.
old ones.
Mine would be Flashpoint. As weird as that sounds, if you're into the new 52, if you're about to get into it, and you have the time and money, Flashpoint.
Flashpoint rocks.
I know some people that don't like it, but
I
I'm
do
trying to
agree with that one.
think. Because really the only old comics I've consistently read are all new Wonder Woman and Spider Girl. So I have no idea. But I would recommend Spider Girl. But I'd also, I mean, like, if someone wants to see a different take on Wonder Woman,
I do recommend.
Yeah.
I'd recommend that, but
I'd recommend the Spider-Man, as weird as that sounds. Like,
which one?
the old, like, Spider-Man, Torment. As weird as that sounds, and I'd only recommend Torment, because after that, I don't know. Like, I stuck to Amazing Spider-Man after that, but, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, here's my dog. And he's ignoring us.
Make a cameo.
What else is there?
Yeah, but I do. Spider-Man's a good series to kind of jump on. That's also another really weird thing to try to jump onto, because then you have Superior Spider-Man, and you don't really want to recommend old reader to do that. So honestly, wait until Peter Parker comes back, and maybe it'll be a good jumping off point again.
Oh, yeah, totally. Which, from what it sounds like, might be a while, but yeah.
It does sound like that.
So it is official that Peter's coming back?
No, it's not official, but you kind of know he's gonna come back.
Yeah, because I was just like, I know, because it's funny, because now I'm actually starting to like Otto, and then he's going to be leaving in a couple of comics, so it's like,
No, I love that, because it's just like one of those things of like, that comic series, as weird as I know we're kind of getting off topic here, but that series made me go like, I hated Octavius for like getting rid of Peter's memories or whatever, and then I'm like, I'm starting to like him, and then I'm like, never mind, I might not like him that much, and he's like a wave to me. I don't know if I like him or not, so
just don't get too attached.
I probably will. Like, you'll be
attached.
there, I'll complain about me being attached. I'll be like, I like him, he's leaving now! So.
Oh, gosh.
I still miss Peter.
I'm more of a Peter fan. I've had opinions on Superior Spider-Man, but that'll be for another video.
Yeah.
There's one Spider-Man comic I wouldn't recommend, though, which is One More Day. That one annoyed me to no end. Oh,
That was horrible. I hated One More Day. So bad.
She heard all about it.
No.
It was so stupid.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, I'm a big Mary Jane, and I'm supposed to, I'm a big Mary Jane, you can't even see it, but a Mary Jane and Spider-Man fan.
Hey.
Yes. So it's horrible, that story arc for Mary Jane and Spider-Man fans, you know?
Oh, yeah, I know. Like, she got into it.
I know. It's like, I was reading, like, he showed me some of the 90s Spider-Man comics with Mary Jane and Peter being married, and I was like, oh, that's so cute, and then, like, One More Day. Gonna blow that whole idea out of the water again.
What happened?
It's funny, because I realized I have to clean my room, because I can pull up comic books out of anywhere. Alright.
That's comics for you. 90s, man.
Well, yeah, it was nice and sweet, their relationship, but that's for another topic.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole other topic, so.
Anyway, any last minute recommendations?
Superman for Tomorrow and Batman Hush if you're into Batman at that time. I know that's like a weird jump in, but yeah, I would recommend those if you really
kind of know what
into
you're doing.
it.
If you kind of know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's for more of the people that reads it, so.
Now
Maybe.
for more older people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any last minute recommendations though. I think I've said which ones I think are good for new and old readers.
Alright, groovy. So, I guess this has been Comic Trio in our first video. So,
Very cool.
yeah, awesome.
Need to know how to work this. Alright.
Alright, this is us. This is Comic Trio signing off. If I can stop it.